Hello and welcome to a new episode of Jawjacking with James. Got a new episode I want to get out there from my handy dandy sticky note idea I had, and it is something that's bugged me, something I had to look into, something that has been importantly clear, and I can see it when I turn on the TV because we have satellite, and it's Fusion service, and it has, it's TiVo, and I have it set to one channel. I have it set to Turner Classic Movies because it's the only channel that doesn't have nothing but commercials. But that'll be an episode for a different day. One thing I've noticed about, the channels I used to predominantly go to when we still had satellite TV. This goes back like 8-10 years, even before that. But there used to be a when satellite TV started becoming a thing in the early to mid 90s, and it was a real game changer. The big update from cable to go to satellite TV. I mean, I can remember I could remember when I was, give or take, like 4 years old or so, and I tried to help my dad install the satellite dish on the side of the house. Initially by my mom. My mom was helping him, but he told her, like, hey, when I direct it, when it says signal picked up, yell out the window, signal picked up. And she failed to do that, and finally told me to do it. And I said, I got this. It says has signal. It says signal. Like, I couldn't even read at that point. And when it started going green and flashing, like, on the TV screen, it had the picture of the satellite, on our house, and a little, simple digital video on screen. The little satellite that was coming out of our house was, putting the satellite waves up, and it was flashing, and it had a strong signal. I just said, it's green and flashing a lot, Dad. And he came inside. He's like, very good. And he's like, well, I need a beer. Let's order pizza. As far as I can remember, that's what happened. It was, what year is it? It was like 30 years ago now. Yeah, so gonna have to go off memory, but I distinctly remember that. But when we started picking up all these new channels, we started watching. You got the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, TLC. The Learning Channel. It's very important for later on here. And A&E, and your biography channels, and biography. I'm trying to think of another one. I think there was. I remember later on that there was the DUI channel, and the travel channel, and just an overall, like, niche channels about learning something, and educational television. Now, I'm not here to say that, like, all educational programming is just the best thing ever, and always entertaining. Far from it. Sometimes it can be boring if, you're not into it. But you have to give them credit for at least trying to make it entertaining. But it's kind of different for me because I like educational television. It's one of the best ways I learned back then. Like, I knew a whole bunch of stuff from just watching the Discovery Channel about animals and stuff because they made it interesting for me. Ironically, when I started school, they said that, you watch too much TV. Like, what are you watching? And I said, I watch the Discovery Channel a lot and the History Channel. He's like, my teachers were kind of like, what? What? You? I mean, of course, I watched a lot of cartoons and whatnot, but I distinctly remember that you had your, like, even back then TLC, the Learning Channel. Remember that. That's what that abbreviation means. TLC means the Learning Channel. I was learning a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I learned about, like, they had kid shows in the morning, and then they had documentaries, and they had historical things, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. And, I like almost religiously watched the History Channel, and, watched all the classic series, Histories, Mysteries, Films in Time with Roger Mudd. I mean, I can remember the phrasing in my head. It's like, and remember History's Mysteries and, Modern Marbles, back when it was about modern marbles. Modern Marvels, I just realized I said Modern Marbles. Anyway, you had your A&E, the autobiography and entertainment channel, but it had, things about, biographies about people and whatnot, and it was one of those specialized, they were all specialized channels, but it had the overall, you're learning something, and there was an audience for that, and even now there will still always be an audience for it, and there's nothing wrong with that, And, over the years, things started getting very terrible. I'd say around the mid-2000s, like when reality TV just had to take over all TV, and then after the point where there was that point where Game of Thrones came out, and then TV started being good again, but all of the niche channels that specialized in either learning something or teaching you about something, they're not the same anymore. Like, I distinctly remember the day, like the year or so. I think it was it was right before Shark Week. I think like 2017 or so, when it was like, this isn't Shark Week. Like, they were doing everything but doing anything that I thought was interesting about sharks. Like, they kept switching between it's like, this shark is coming right at, and it just swims right by a diver. I'm just like, you guys are really, really stretching this. And then, I don't know why, but they had a whole bunch of, like, Megalodon specials. I'm just like, they did that special before, but they once again kept it in the realms of reality. They're trying to imply that the megalodon, the prehistoric giant shark, is real, and they did kind of a fake documentary on it. Like, this is supposed to be Shark Week, not what if bullshit story, and it comes full circle with what in the fuck happened to educational television? I mean, they've clearly sealed their own fates because they're not about what they used to be. And, I still get my fix because, some channels still have the, channel retros, or, you can find them on YouTube for free. Or I go to, or I can get my, history itch, about, mostly about World War II, or, one of the, about wars or military history. I can just go on YouTube and there'll be dozens of YouTubers that have, devoted their time to it, and they're actually better than what they're doing. I mean, the last few, historical, quote-unquote documentaries have just been, kind of history films, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. But, I feel like, I feel like, they've forgotten what the point of these channels are. And, perfect example, I keep mentioning TLC, the Learning Channel. What it's like, I learned not to watch that channel. That's what I've learned. Because that show is just, has nothing but, half-assed or no-assed, no thought, just trash TV 24/7. And I think it's sad that, no doubt I've watched reality TV, but I firmly stand that the only really good reality TV show that they just had to cancel was Cops. Show ran for 30 years nonstop, and they had to cancel it for political reasons, which is stupid. I do hear that it's on one of the streaming services, I think Fox or something, I don't know. But I'm not paying that much. I'm not going to pay extra just for one show. I've made that mistake before. I'm not going to do it again. But it's just it's insane what has happened. I'm just like, you could always just have other channels for that. I mean, what's to say you can't have a devoted reality TV channel, you could see it on the extended thing where they have several different East Coast, West Coast of this channel, or whatnot. Why not do that? Devoted to your reality TV shows, so the people that have room temperature IQs can enjoy it, and return the channels that were meant for entertaining you while you learn something. Restore those to what they were. I mean, I don't even go near the Discovery Channel. What's there to discover? They don't even talk about anything about science or anything like that. And, the National Geographic Channel has gone to hell, and Animal Planet is just crap. I mean, all the old channels are just shells of what they used to be. And it's just reality trash. One or two shows in between that aren't very good. Then more reality, and then, sprinkled in with non-stop commercials. And they wonder why they're failing. And they wonder why things have gone over to streaming. And now streaming is, not doing so well. Who'd have thunk it? Maybe people just don't like to, people just don't like to pay for cable. I mean, we've made this very clear. We just don't like paying for things that we think should be either discounted or free. That's just human nature, but, I've just always wondered what happened to educational programming. They used to have devoted time to it, on the History Channels. This is the early broadcasting for History Channel in the classroom, educational programming for your classroom. And then they would go to the normal broadcasting hours. just like, wow, we have fallen so far. I'm not saying that, watching TV or watching educational programming will, just help kids learn, everything, but it's nothing. It never hurts to have, extra things to help kids, learn. Like, me personally, like, my stand's acting weird. Okay. Is it okay? Okay, that's okay. My stand for my mic is making crackly noises, but it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But, yeah, anyway, how I used to learn things, and still do, is, gotta watch it and I gotta hear it, If I'm being entertained while learning, it's a win-win. But, I just wanted to put it out there that I'm just like, what happened? What happened to our educational programming? Thank God, Sesame Street is still around, but that's still the, bare minimum. That only teaches little kids, to, count and know letters and basic math, but, Big Bird can't do it all. They had a reading channel they had a reading, puppet cartoon called, Reading the Lions, I think. And it was made by the same people that made Sesame Street, who actually teach you how to read. I remember watching it. I don't know why they don't bring it back with puppets. I've learned best with puppets. I don't know why. It's funny that way. But yeah, think about that. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Got some more in the chamber to do. Got some other things I got to do. And hopefully I'll get it out either today or tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I want to thank you, the listener, for taking the time to listen to me. And hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to give me a follow, give me a like, subscribe, all that good jazz, and let me know what you think, and if you had your particular, show or channel that is no longer what it used to be, and now you go elsewhere for it. Anyway, you have a nice day, and so long, so soon.